and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello, my name is Ness and I like to talk about books. As you can tell, I have plenty. And I do talk about reading books. That's coming. But for now, I've been opening a lot of my backlogged book boxes from when I took a break. And this one turned up at the weekend and I'm finally getting around to opening it. This is the second book in Illumicrate's Evernight subscription. I always call this Evermore and Never Night. This is a quarterly horror book only subscription and they've done one book before and the book customization was absolutely epic. I thought it was a really good choice as well and I'm trying to read it in my current vlog, which will hopefully be coming in the next few weeks if you want to know what I thought about their first book pick. This is the first time I've ever had a horror subscription, but the comments of my last unboxing video when I spoke about how I never usually have a recommendation for horror subscriptions because I don't know what the market is, I got so many good suggestions. And honestly, I'm going to put some in a pinned comment because there is a huge market actually for horror subscriptions that seem like they put so much effort in and a lot are small independent businesses. I've been so looking forward for this quarter to come and I do have high expectations with it being Halloween. If there's one quarterly month that I think a horror subscription should throw everything at, I think it's October, November. I have seen the book pick and I was a bit disappointed. A little bit like, really? Is this the best that you've got being published around this time? But let's see anyway. So there is no theme for this, it just says Evernight, but the artwork is very similar to the cover, which is why I knew what the book was going to be. What am I looking at? So already through this I can see that this is a redesigned cover. I'm actually mortified. This is not what I was expecting. So I'm going to throw up a cover picture here of what I was expecting and this is not what I'm getting and I'm slightly concerned. Oh. Oh, it's hideous. Okay, there's the artwork. Has actually genuinely terrified me. This is so scary. The book is The Last to Leave the Room by Caitlin Starlin. Starlin is also the author of The Death of Jane Lawrence, which is where I recognise the name from. And this book I've heard is a mix of genres which includes horror but it also includes sci-fi and dystopian as well, and also kind of being like thoughtful. So that's why I was not expecting kind of like it to look like this. I thought I was going to get something a bit more sci-fi. But this book is about doppelgangers, so I do get that with kind of like this pattern. I just feel like someone just had these designs just waiting to go, like what book are we going to put these on? The printed edges are absolutely immaculate and they're so creepy. They're like the cat's eyes on the side. Oh, this is gross. This is definitely got the horror down. Much more spooky than the last one. I really feel like Illumicrate has given it its all in this subscription. I thought the last one was like a great colour change, but this redesign, there's a signed book plate. Very nice. Okay, so what this book doesn't have going for it, which the last one did, was the last book had the most epic foiling on the hardcover. Like the design of it was like so good. This one has nothing under here and that is a bit underwhelming if I'm honest, but really fits in with the whole design that's going on. So we have a door and you can see like the eyes and these teeth like trying to get through this door. This does make a lot of sense when you hear what the book is about. The end papers also aren't my favourite but are definitely in with the vibe. And then on the back it's like the same room again, but the room has got writing all over. It's messy, it's chaos, and there's also the doppelganger. Okay, I changed my mind. I actually do like the end papers a lot. This book comes in at 300 pages and it's a lot lengthier than I was expecting. That's the word I was looking for earlier on. Speculative fiction. That's what this is mixed with. And that's kind of what this author writes about. Horror with speculative fiction elements. The thing that is really pushing this book up for me is definitely the art on the front, which I think is just so different to what Illumicrate have ever done. You obviously would not see something like this in their normal monthly subscription and it was just so unexpected. I actually had no desire to read this book until I saw what they'd done with this, and actually I think what they've done is really, really great. This book is about Tamsin, who is Dr. Tamsin, and she's arrogant and selfish, and she is investigating the sinking of her city. Like, the city itself is literally subsiding. In her basement, she finds a door that has never existed before. And out of this door comes a doppelganger. But this doppelganger is kind of like a happy, nice, friendly version of herself. And the story is basically her trying to find out what the doppelganger wants. Reviews of this book have been really mixed. It actually has a really high average Goodreads rating for now, but there's also a lot of reviews of people that just say they didn't finish it and they didn't really see the point in it. I will be reading this. I like a horror which also makes you think about like what's going on, what is the bigger picture, are there metaphors here? One that keeps you guessing to the end and not necessarily just kind of like out to spook you kind of thing. But I have read some really bad books like that this year as well, so maybe hit and miss. I'm really enjoying this subscription, and I really like that it's quarterly, and I think it's a really good frequency to have these types of books. I'm predominantly a fantasy reader, but I like little tinges of horror, so if this was a monthly subscription, I probably wouldn't get it, and I think Illumicrate hit the nail on the head by looking at fantasy readers, saying that there were some people that wanted more horror, and putting that out there on a smaller schedule. So let me know what you think of this subscription. Let me know if you have this book, have you read it, will you be reading it? I'm so excited to see what they do with the next edition. 2 for 2 have been really, really special editions. But thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys. Hope everyone had a lovely Halloween.